So what are we going to learn today? The support resources available to the dealers, how dealers get the remote support tool, how Terra owners get the remote support tool, and ways that dealers can make the most of the tools available for them in supporting their Terra customers. Our in-cab software includes the remote support tool, TerraCutter, TerraDitch, TerraPlane, and TerraSurvey. The first step in diagnosing an issue is to always disconnect Terra from iGrade and try iGrade alone. If the issue is not resolved, reconnect Terra and start diagnosing within the software. You can also have Terra Design users download AnyDesk from the website so that you can remote into their PC or laptop as well. For dealers, there are two options for downloading the AnyDesk support tool. Firstly, download AnyDesk via the website and set the license key in the settings to the code provided. Or you can use the link provided by Terra to download and install.
And by the way there, if you haven't gotten that link, let us know. I emailed the link out with the document for everyone. And I think, Travis, you sent out several too.
Yep.
So if your IS manager didn't provide that to you, then let us know, because I sent it out just to the main contact. Just hit me and say, look, I need that link and the document, and I'll get it to you, or Travis will.
We might even put it up on Terra Web as a part of a download as well, so it can be sitting there.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
So when customizing the support tool, this can make the difference in its performance. It is possible to experience up to 30 seconds of delay time using the default of high quality. And changing it to better reaction time will also result in zero delay. Under visual helpers, choosing Show Remote Cursor can make it easier to work with a really delayed connection. It lets you see the lag and use that feedback. Also, the default size is shrunk, and it can be changed to original for better viewing. So how do Terra owners get the support tool? During tablet setup for new customers, dealers should download the application. For those who have already owned Terra, the download is handled through the tool itself.
And so this can be added to your list as far as how to optimize their tablet. And when you have a new customer and you're setting it up for them, just remember to go ahead and download that remote support tool for them. That way it's already present.
Yep, that's right. So to set them up, have them connect to the internet and open the Terra settings page. Click on Get Support at the middle or the bottom of the page. If the Get Support button is not present, have them update their Terra to the latest version, close out, and then reopen. Once you've clicked on the Get Support, a new window will open. It will either have the button named Set Up Remote Support for those who have not installed AnyDesk, or the ID code. Choosing the Set Up Remote Support button will begin automatic installation of AnyDesk. This can take a period, so please be patient.
Yeah, I've had people also need to kind of close out and open back up for the number to be there.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so kind of do that.
Depending on how good your internet is.
Yeah, exactly. It might take a minute.
Yeah. So once installed, the AnyDesk is complete. The customer will be assigned an ID code. You can then use that ID code to remote into their tablet. So if you type that ID into your AnyDesk and choose Connect, the user will see a connection request and they'll need to acknowledge to proceed. If you have made a recent connection to the same console, you can reconnect via the Recent Sessions tab in the lower left corner of your screen.
What you're seeing here is the dealer support tool.
Yes, that is the
Yes,
dealer page.
Because that's why I was saying earlier, if you didn't get the link to download the dealer's support AnyDesk, it's different from the just free download that the customers get. It has more tools on it, which I think is your next slide, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So once connected, you can turn on and off your ability to control the screen via the permissions. If you find you can't actually click on things, ask the user to change the permissions. It's always easiest to restart the session to ensure the customer doesn't change the permissions. So this will be the first page that the customer sees, and you will see once they've accepted. So being able to have full control of the user's device lets you exactly know what is happening without the confusing of the situation. So some of the features within the software include the toolbar at the top of the screen, which gives you the ability to swap between monitors, transfer large or small files, and via the Shield tab, you can actually control what the user is able to see, do, and hear, which is a pretty handy feature. So, also, another feature is the whiteboard function. Here you can draw lines, shapes, and arrows for reference. This can be very helpful when trying to explain concepts. By clicking on the cross at the top of the toolbar, you can remove all the drawings as well. So once you're connected and supporting the customer, here are the first steps to troubleshooting in the Terra system. Firstly, open the settings window and check for clues to the issue. Secondly, open the operator's manual and search a keyword related to the issue. Thirdly, we can review the project design. And lastly, open the Quick Start Guide and review with the user. So all these are available on the very first page with Terra.
And also, when you are remoting in with AnyDesk, when you come in, of course, the settings window will already be open for you because
Right.
they've used it in order, to access the AnyDesk tool. So you can close out of that little window that has the AnyDesk remote number in it and immediately look at their settings. A lot of times when you look in their settings, it might give you the clues to why they are having the issues they're having. So give a quick review of it, kind of ask them at that point, what are you hoping to achieve when this happened, and the steps taken to cause this issue to happen. And a lot of times as they talk and you look at their settings, it will help a lot. And then going to their project design is also important because a lot of times I'll go to the design step and then have them explain to me what they were hoping to achieve with the design. And then that might also help you, resolve any issues they have.
Yep. That's a good step. Alrighty. So here's an example of a report of the blade not staying on grade or acting inconsistently. This is a common issue that is reported, and we would first ask the user to disconnect Terra to try using iGrade in plane control to see if the issue remains. If the blade is holding with iGrade, we would then ask them to reconnect the Terra to start diagnostics. While remoting in, we can review their machine settings to better understand the equipment and set up an application. We can review each setting with them and confirm they are correct. Next, we can proceed to the Limits tab and have them confirm all the settings are correct, and then move on to the GPS tab to confirm good RTK GPS is streaming in. Once this is complete and all checks out good, we can then walk them through a resetting their zero. Opening the operator's menu while remoting into the tablet is a great way to show the customer how valuable the contents of it is. It gives step-by-step instructions for using Terra software and it also contains many tips for troubleshooting. If you cannot find the information you're looking for, try searching the PDF. You can enter a keyword and use the up and down buttons to find the pages addressing the topic.
A lot of times when I am helping someone, I'll open the manual just to show them how easy it is for them to find their own answers, by using the manual. A lot of times when I remote in, there'll be that little green banner across the operator's manual saying that it hasn't been downloaded yet. So, or that there's a new version available and they haven't downloaded the new version. So, we are connected to the internet because I am remoting in. So I will go ahead and download it and say, now, what was your issue about? Like this, GPS. I'll type it in, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, that's handy. And it just helps them understand that they can first try to find the answer themselves before trying to contact you.
That's it. I think there's about 186 pages worth of diagnostic material in the owner's manual. So if you've got an issue, more than likely it is going to be documented in there. Also, with our quick start guide, there's a 9-page guide attached to TerraCutter. It is great to use when asking the users to confirm their GPS settings are correct in both Terra and iGrade. This guide is specific to iGrade UCC2 application controller. The UCC One Quick Guide reference can be downloaded from the dealer website. They walk you through the surveying, design, and implementing. The set zero steps are included in case they need to be reminded of the proper way to set zero.
Yeah, this is new, the Quick Start Guide. I guess maybe in the past couple of weeks, we added this ability to download it. And of course, we'll revise it as needed. But there, the last 2 pages actually give a good visual of the implementation screen and what all of the different tools in the implementation screen mean. And so it's really just 9 pages there. So you have the manual with lots of pages to search, but then you also have this quick start guide that is great to just quickly get in there and just go from, surveying to designing to implementing, making sure they have their steps in place. So it's a great reference too.
Yep. And if you are unable to diagnose the issue, with the tablet connected to the internet, send us a report using the report tab in the top right-hand corner of the screen. This report will include your project, the settings, and the logs. And all this will go back to ourselves and the dev team, where we can go in and try and recreate the issue that you're seeing to better understand what's going on. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right there where you hit report to send your own report. If you're having an issue and it didn't send you an error message or an error report window where you then submit a report, then you can always send one yourself if you think something's an issue that you can't resolve. But be sure and put as much detail in there as possible before it's sent. When the error message comes up window, it has actual questions that need answered. So be sure that everyone spends time to do that. That way we can, once the report is sent in, Travis and I and the development team, we all get an email. And the email address there you see in the window, that is our contact of who sent this and the name of the user who sent it. And so be sure that that's correct. And that is who that you want notified when we respond. So we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But it's great because in this report, we have your logs. We can recreate what you did that day, which is good. It's a good thing. And we will have your project files. It'll show what your designs are. It'll show your settings for Terra, but it will also show your settings for, iGrade. It just shows everything so that we have a big picture of what's been going on. So it's a great way to send us information so we can help diagnose any issues you're having.
Terra Design version 2 also has a manual accessible from the software. Choose the Help tab, then View Manual. If this is your first time to view the manual, you'll need to be downloaded. And once it's downloaded, the manual will be available by choosing to view it. It also is a searchable PDF of full detailed information on the tools, the features, and the guides within the software. We will add information and troubleshooting tips from time to time, and you'll be alerted when the new manual is available for download. So very much the same as the Terra in-cab products with its manual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very helpful guides within that.
Yes, especially like we say here, the drainage tools section. I have a lot of questions about the different tools that are in the drainage tool section. It's very comprehensive, and our development team helped us put together this manual so that every feature and tool in there is explained. I highly recommend it.
If you're unable to work out an issue within Terra Design version 2, you're also able to send reports and also send through feature requests. So make sure you do always fill out the text box with what you're having a problem with, issues, and also if you have a feature. And it will also send through basically your design that you're working on. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the feature request too is nice, because if it's something that you want to suggest, then you can always write it in there and suggest it, and they'll take a look at it.
That's it. And they will get back to you. Normally we'll send you an email, or you'll see it in the updates. There'll be a thank you note attached to it. So. Other educational resources available to be downloaded from the Terra web under the Upload Download tab. This includes reference guides for the iGrade system and the Terra Cutter and Terra system, from ordering to installing and transferring of licenses, along with the brochures that we have and best practice guides. So a lot of handy features within that there. So. Along with our YouTube page. So we have a very comprehensive list of tutorial videos for the in-cab functions with our Terra Cutter and Terra Ditch, as well as our desktop-related videos for Terra Design version 2. So previous webinar recordings are also available on our YouTube channel once you have registered for the webinars.
Now, all the webinars are unlisted links, so they're private, and you have to be registered to view them. So when you go to our YouTube channel, you won't be able to find them there. The only way to view them is through the links that we email you.
So as you can see there's 79 Terra Cutter version 2 in-cab software videos and 67 design videos. So most features have been covered within that.
And then for you, the dealers out there, we do have the testimonials too. So if you wanted to send your customers, just tell them to go to youtube.com and search T3RRA, and they'll come up with our channel, Terra. And then there's all these playlists they can look at. They can listen to the testimonials. There's videos of dirt moving going on in field and different projects. So it's a great resource for you to use for them to learn the software, but also for new customers and potential customers. You can send them there to have a look and maybe also learn something as they're watching the videos.
So we have many resources available for our Terra owners and Terra dealers, our YouTube channel, manuals, and our webinar recordings. So we also try to keep everyone informed through Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages.